Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Friday morning. Got a great show lined up. Got a guest here in the studio. Got a famous Friday fishing forecast. Going to give away a big red snapper and $20 gift certificate. All kind of great things. Let's get started with our weather. Brought to us by Haney Tactical Center at the corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77. High today only going to get 82, low tonight 66, and water temperature stays at 82 degrees. Let's take a look at our river readings for the weekend. I know a lot of y'all are planning on going to the river this weekend. The big river, the Apalachicola, is actually reading a 3.5. That is low as it has been since early spring of last year. That is a really low reading, 3.5. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, slow and steady. It's reading a 4.7 this morning. It's going to be a great weekend on both of the rivers. It's going to be a great opportunity to get out and do some great freshwater fishing. Now, take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Their motto is "When Caring Counts." Okay, right here at 23rd Street. Now, we've had, today is Friday the 18th. We've had a week full of neap tides, and we're finally getting back to some good tides. We have a low tide this morning at 5:47, the high tide at 9:07. Got a 1.3 foot range in a day, and then tomorrow's tide is going to be excellent too. And all of next week's tides are going to be really strong. Okay, let's go into our marine forecast. It's going to be coming out of north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Just really that north wind's been prevalent most of the week, and just hadn't brought in really cold air, just brought in some cool air. Now let's take a look at our Mark Howard Edgewater Beach Realty, our fishing game forecast today. There's only one time today, and does it come at a great time? You're looking right at lunch. You tell your boss you need 2 hours for lunch. It's going to go from 12:15 to 2:15. Only one shot today, so great time to go. Or just take off at lunch and take the rest of the day off. I got Brad Stevens here. He might let some of his boys at the shop do that. All right, that takes care of our weather. Let's come back and we'll talk with Brad. Welcome back, and welcome to Brad Stevens.
Good morning, Coach.
Familiar face. Always great to have Brad here. Sun Jammers, they do so much out there, and so much stuff going on. So what have you been up to, Brad?
I've been playing a lot this last week or so.
I thought you were going to tell me about you've been working hard and all that kind of stuff. What do you mean playing?
Playing, working, when you do what you love, you never really work. You play all the time. So, it's we've been busy in the shop, kind of getting some stuff, picking some things. We have mystery day sales, so come by every day. There's typically always something on sale. This time of year, we start going to buying shows. In fact, I fly to Miami on Monday for a buying show to do the majority of our buying for next year.
Okay.
So, just been looking around. We're finding stuff in the stock room we forgot we had.
How do you judge what you want to buy, Brad? I know this past year's business, but you have trends and all. So what sort of trending?
We haven't figured it out yet. We still don't know. We go down there and we like to bring in new stuff. If you notice, when you walk into the shop, we have a lot of stuff that other tackle shops don't have. They also have a lot of stuff we don't have. So if it's something that we feel that nobody's filling a niche in our market, and we can do it at competitive prices with the big box stores, just even the other local tackle stores, we'll bring it in and give it a whirl, promote it. We like to find new things. We like to educate people when they come in. It's where's the gulp? Oh, it's over, on aisle 3, whatever. That's boring. We like to interact and talk with our customers when they come in, so we like to bring in products like Trigger X. Trigger X, in my mind, is better than Gulp. We have every bait Trigger X makes hanging on the wall out there. It gives us time to conversate with people to, figure out exactly what they need. You get that personal relationship, the whole 9 yards. Instead of just, here, you need 6/0 hooks. They're over there. Have fun. We like to talk to you. We like to see pictures.
You hit it. That's the difference between a big store that have people coming in. Nothing wrong with those people. They're working hard and all that. But a local tackle store, these guys fish locally, and they know a lot of the families and all that come in and out. And that's always good.
Yep. It's real hard around Christmas time keeping our mouths shut, too. We have people already buying Christmas presents. It's unbelievable.
Already.
Yeti coolers is going to be the hottest thing for Christmas this year because people are coming in. Did y'all get your shipment of Yetis? We're like, yeah. We're like, all right, we need it in the box still because we're wrapping it up for Christmas. So it's unbelievable.
Good present. Okay. You've been doing some snapper fishing too.
I've been doing a little bit of snapper fishing. early in the springtime, I went out on the boat. Everybody was fishing big hooks. Exhibit A, standard what people use. This is probably an 8/0 hook, 7 or 8/0 hook. Real big, thick wire gauge. Yeah, this is what I fish with. I've never had a hook break. It's all of the hook you need for red snapper fishing. And what's good about me fishing this smaller hook is I'll fill the box with triggerfish while I'm filling it with red snapper. And another thing, they'll use, everybody else on the boat will be using 50 or 60 pound fluorocarbon leader. I'll use 25 or 30, 40 if there's some grouper hanging around. Now I get broke off, I'll be honest with you. I'll get down there, grouper sucks me down, I'll lose it. But you're either grouper fishing or you're red snapper fishing. And also the size weight everybody uses. I use a 2-ounce egg sinker. Everybody's just blown away. I'm not the first boy to the bottom, but I'm typically one of the first boys back up to the top with a fish on the end. You racing to the bottom or you racing to the top. But a 2-ounce egg sinker. Now this you got to have really light current. If the current's running, you may need to jump up, do a 4 or 6 ounce.
How deep of water are y'all in usually?
I'm in that 90 to 100 foot of water.
Okay.
Not real deep. Sometimes at 110. This past weekend we were in about 75, 80 foot of water. Very light tackle. You can see we've tried to get close-ups of this in the past. It never works well. This is a release reel. Manufactured 100% in the United States in Virginia Beach. They machine every piece of this reel in Virginia. It's a gorgeous reel. It's super lightweight. This little bitty reel has 30 pounds of drag. And y'all people that know a little bit about the release SG reels, you know that they used to not fit on the Travala S rods. Well, this is on a Travala S rod right here. We have the new reel seats, the new guts, the infinite reverse. In fact, some of your viewers, when I first brought this on, came in and they ordered them, and we said, hold up, if you can wait 2 or 3 weeks, and it ended up being like a month and a half. We got the next generation reels coming out. That's all we have. We also have them now in the left-handed. Feel how light that is.
Oh man, that is very light. That really is, folks.
That reel has 30 pounds of drag. It's an 80-pound class rod. You put 40-pound braid on here. This is the Suffix 832 braid. I fished with this braid on Tuesday, and I really, really liked it. I've never liked bottom fishing with braid until now. Still not totally sold on it, but with this setup right here, I could feel that dead cigar minnow defrosting on the bottom. I had so much sensitivity.
You feel it defrosting. That is nice. Nice reel there.
And it's definitely a different style fishing.
Now, what were you catching on with that?
This was the first time I've actually fished with this reel. We didn't have enough inventory. Big snapper.
Handle. See that handle? That's just a comfortable.
It's just a big power handle.
Yeah.
This will catch anything. This will bring up just about anything you want in the Gulf of Mexico you're fishing with.
That's cool.
There's some guys in Pensacola that fish 3 Mile Bridge with this. They're catching 38 to 44-inch redfish on it, which pull like crazy. We were catching triggerfish, which pull like crazy to begin with. We had triggerfish, around 20 inches this last weekend.
Cool.
This rod right here, very, very sensitive. I mean, it just doubles right over. It's hard to do sitting down, but very lightweight. Everybody brings it. Man, I got inshore spinning tackle that's bigger than that. Yeah, you do, but guess what? Technology's gotten a hold of these Travala S rods. It's an 80-pound class rod. That used to be about the size of your thumb for a rod that class.
Yeah.
And once you make the transition, you will never go back.
Well, and the big thing, even in the hooks and all, we've used this term before, but it's even more prevalent today. The big word is downsize.
Absolutely.
You just downsize it. It's less room. It's more comfortable, a lot of weight, and you get more results.
I had a tackle rep in the shop yesterday complaining about our tactics for selling tackle. If you have more tackle than can fit in this box, you have too much tackle. And, I mean, that's just the simple
I've got too much tackle. Let's take this break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Here with Brad Stevens, Sunjammers. Want to go over some more tackle. First now, Friday night football all through at the Panhandle. Get a chance to go see some high school football games. Be some great ones, I think. One of the big ones I'm going to go to tonight will be up in Chipley. Be Bluntstown and Chipley. Bluntstown ranked #1 in the state, and Chipley got an outstanding team. So we have a great game up in Chipley. Hope to see some of y'all up there. Okay, I may even wear this shirt so they can see me.
It's night glow. You show up.
I may do that. All right, folks. We're going to get back on some of this tackle. Really good stuff. Brad always brings some stuff. He's right. He's got his ears to the ground and knows what's going on up there. So what's been going on? I love the look of those.
Yeah, these shrimp. We'll get to them in just a second. These bucktail jigs. I've never been a huge fan of fishing bucktail jigs. But all your people that consistently catch fish always throw these jigs. You take you about a Stratic 5000 on a TFO rod. Take it out there. You can jig for these. We caught snapper on these this past Tuesday. Triggerfish ate them. Absolutely just about anything that swims in the Gulf of Mexico will really hit a white bucktail jig. Everybody throws the colors in there. Color catches visa, not fish.
How were y'all fishing them? Were you jigging them up and down? Just
Yeah, typically, you don't cast them. You kind of pitch them out from the boat, slowly let them feather down. Sometimes you get hit on the way down, but about the time it hits the bottom, Uncle Joey that fishes with us, he'll just sit there and bounce on the bottom. He catches grouper on them. I like to, I don't have the patience just to sit there and jig for them. I sit there and I pull them back up through the water column. Your bigger snapper are typically up off the bottom anyways.
That's right.
So, bucktail jigs. These are a company called Buccaneer. We sell them at the shop. They're $3, $3.50, $4. They're all under $5. One tip: no matter who you buy your bucktail jig from, make sure you take off. I know you won't see this, but there's a plastic coating over this barb so it doesn't poke the plastic hook. Make sure you take that off.
Yeah, it'd be hard to hook up.
Springtime, I went fishing. I wondered, why can I not hook up?
Yeah.
Finally, I cut the jig off, threw it at the bottom of the boat, and someone else said, "Here, I'll fish it." And they said, man, you put the plastic coating back on there. I was like, yeah, I sure did. So make sure you take the little plastic hose off of it or you won't catch any fish. All right, hot topic that everybody's wanting. Unfair Lure now has their new shrimps out. This shrimp right here is absolutely gorgeous. This is their Live Glow white color. They have a nice rattle to them. But this one really isn't designed to rattle. These shrimp, when you cast them, you notice that the swivel is in the back, which makes this shrimp. This is a diving. This is a fast-sinking shrimp, which when you pull it shoots up, but then it'll actually nose and shoot right back down because it's weighted on the front. It'll shoot right back down. Okay. This is a super fast suspending. Paul that owns Unfair Lures was up here this last weekend. He said, this is a snapper bait in 100 foot of water. I don't have the patience to let this, it weighs just shy of an ounce, to let it get down 100 foot. But if you're fishing in the inshore structures, I'm sure a snapper will eat a shrimp. But what this is really going to be good for is those jigging docks in that 12, 14, 15 foot range. It weighs a lot, so you can cast it, and when you work it backwards, it will almost swim back in the hole you had it on. Then we also have these shrimp in top water, slow, medium suspending, which is going to work kind of like a Miradyne. And then we also have, his smaller version shrimp as well. So this winter, when trout fishing really picks up, instead of buying 12 dozen live shrimp, come in and get one of these jokers and see how you like it.
Good idea. That's going to make a good Christmas present too.
Yep, and they come, that's a white. This is, let's see if we can get a shot of this one. It's a little more natural color right here. You see the eyes on them. They actually have the 3D eyes that pop off. Good treble hook with a little bit of Mylar flash on them. These are really good shrimp, and we just got stock back up of them at the shop. It's one of our hardest items to keep in stock. We've never advertised it before because we've never had the depth of inventory to support, y'all basically coming in. We have guys that come in and clear pegs on them. So 7 o'clock, come see us and clear a peg.
Clear a peg. I like that term. Okay. All right. This is a lot of good stuff here. Run out and see Brad and Sunjammers. Really, this kind of stuff produces. I love that shrimp. I love those bucktail jigs. That's coming back. We had them a long time ago. Now they're coming back in style. Yeah, it's weird. They kind of disappeared for a while. And a lot of y'all remember Hank Rutherford that used to work for us out there at the shop. He's in South Florida now, building houses. But I remember Hank. Yeah, Hank was the white bucktail jig man. He didn't like this football head. He liked this more elongated head. But there's a bunch of different heads. They all catch fish, if you ask me. So always take a bucktail jig or two with you. They said what's the name had an opening Sunday. Captain Wade that works in the shop. He fishes very light tackle like we do. He can go even lighter than this. In fact, if you call him, call the shop. We'll put you in touch with Wade. He has a snapper trip. Somebody canceled on him. He still has his last snapper trip for Sunday open. He fishes very light tackle. He had 7 head of scamp last time he came in on
think Sunday.
All right, that'll make a good trip now. This last-minute situation here, the last weekend of snapper season. If you haven't had a snapper put in the freezer, it'd be a great time to go.
Absolutely. So call Wade out at the shop. He'd rather me tell you his phone number, but I don't have it off the top of my head.
Okay.
Call the shop, ask for Wade. We'll put you in touch with him, and you'll go out there, and I can almost guarantee you'll get bit.
Yeah, and the weather looks good too. All right, let's jump into our Tarpon Rock Seafood Famous Friday Fishing Giveaway. All right, I'm gonna Brad. You always get the honors. We're gonna do a $20 gift certificate first from Tarpon Rock Seafood. Good fresh seafood right there, folks.
Yep. Gene Bigger from Deer Point Lake.
Okay.
This is the gift.
All right. And
And
then the big red snapper.
who wants that red snapper? Brooke Carter from the Funiac Springs.
Deer Point Lake and the Funiac Springs. Well, here's what you do. You come down today and you get your seafood, run by Sunjammers, get you some tackle, and you ought to be in good shape.
Yep.
That's all we need to do. All right, we're going to take our final break. We're going to set up now for our Famous Friday fishing forecast and be right back. This is our Famous Friday fishing forecast, and I want to read a quick email, and then we won't show a life jacket. We didn't get to show.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, this is Taylor Euling from your third period. I was cast netting using a 14-foot net. On my first throw, I caught a tiny fish. I looked at the picture as a chauffeur, but she was proud. She said, my boyfriend, his dad, and all the boys here were amazed that a girl my size could throw a 14-foot cast net. None of them had thrown one that big. Thanks for teaching me how. Now my parents are getting me a cast net for Christmas. And that was a great little testimony.
That's wonderful, yeah.
She was tickled about it. Okay, let's. You want to talk about a life jacket real quick?
Yeah, real quick. All you kayakers, paddleboarders, y'all gotta have life jackets on. These are Astro life jackets. They have air vents in the front that actually allow your air to breathe on the front and the back. They have a nice vent on the back, all mesh on the bottom. You can see my hand through here to let the air go through. And they actually have what they call airwave technology inside of it. As your heat comes off of your body, it'll actually create a slight little vacuum. It's basically, we call it an air conditioner for a life jacket. Mm-hmm. Super comfortable, not made in China, big in our book.
Sounds
so
good.
come in and look at them.
All right, let's start talking about some fishing now. I'm going to give you one sentence to explain how good the fishing is down around the Cape San Blas, Apalachicola Bay area. I talked to Blair Morgan this morning, and basically he said 84 boats were at the Indian Pass boat ramp. 84 boats.
That's about 80 more than should be parked there. No.
You're exactly right. Y'all have been. Here's a boat ramp right here. Going to look on the monitor. Look at there. You don't have room to park, but like Brad said, really about 8 or 9 boats.
Is this the boat ramp right here?
That's a boat ramp right there.
So 89 boats was parked.
84. They came all the way down the road. He said all the way down the road, all the way down here to the curve, and they're having a catch ride down there. That's amazing. So that tells you what's going on there. Okay. Excellent fishing. The flounder bite has been good in that area, and also the sheephead bite this week. Blair said a lot of sheephead have been brought in, and the river fishing has been excellent on the big river. Okay, let's go over to St. Andrew Bay. What have you heard on St. Andrew Bay?
I haven't heard a lot, but we're selling Bullman as like they're going out of style. And when we went out Tuesday, there was a bunch of boats at the mouth of the pass.
Okay.
They were around the kiddie pool area, so they were either in there catching redfish or they were in there jigging for flounder. Because there was a line of boats. Where did the pass go? Okay,
the pass. You want to go to the pass? Right here.
There was a line of boats just right in here. It was absolutely unbelievable. Right down here, right inside the kiddie pool area.
Uh-huh.
So, I imagine they were catching flounder. They're catching a few flounder on the piers. Mm-hmm. But, flounder fishing is what I'd be doing right now.
Yeah.
A few sheep's heads starting to show up, but nothing major.
Flounder fishing has been really good, and also the gig has been good. Some guys at the state park have started doing it this week. Also, let's talk real quick about the redfish tournament we had last weekend. And by the way, very gracious of you to donate a kayak for that Elizabeth Bottoff Memorial.
It's the least we could do. It's a great organization. They raise money for a wonderful cause, and it was fitting in the 11th hour, 10th hour, whatever that saying is, that a 10-year-old boy came up and walked away with it.
10-year-old boy won. That's really good. And we're going to have that video on Monday's show. We're going to have a video of that tournament, and really, really good video there. So the flounder fishing has been excellent. Now, but the redfish, we had like 72 people in the tournament. I think we had 34 redfish weighed in. So it was a good tournament. Dock fishing, the top 3 or 4 finishers, they were live bait fishing. He caught his in the pass. The other guys caught some around the docks with live fish and all. So and the rest of it. Now we caught some fish and all on top water, but we had a good morning too. So A lot of fun. This weekend, weather's going to be excellent.
Yes.
And all through the bay systems. I got a good report over here at Chocolate Bay. Flounder, redfish, and trout being caught in Chocolate Bay. 2 or 3 different places. And the river fishing has been excellent on Chocolate River.
We've been selling crickets like they're going out of style, like Bullmanas.
Really?
Yep. So I guess they cricket fish
So
yonder.
Over your way, they're headed over here toward Chocolate River, a lot of them, aren't
Yeah. I'd assume they are.
they? Yeah. Santa Rosa Beach area. I get a lot of good reports from folks at Santa Rosa Beach. You can see where that's located, and they're fishing good around the Chocolate Bay. Jumping back down here to, we sort of jump around the Mexico Beach report. Mitch Coleman sent me a good report from Mexico Beach. Let me just quickly tell what's going on down there. Water temperature went down to 81 degrees, so it's dropping a little bit. Water is very clear. The king and Spanish mackerel doing real good. Not just at Mexico Beach, but right here also.
Yeah.
We're catching some nice kings. Nearshore reef structure, they're using cigar minnows. There's plenty of live bait. The red snapper bite is really good on public numbers, and that is 100% true all through here.
Yep.
The red snapper. They've been pressured, so look for smaller reefs that may be harder to find. We have had a lot of pressure on the last couple of weeks, but it's responded with some really good catches. Good numbers of flounder in the Mexico Beach Canal on cut baits and jigs. That's what we're talking about. Shane Bush from Panama City caught a 12-pound snapper last Saturday. So we're doing really good. Here on the piers, your pier fishing report, some of the guys in the tournament last week caught some redfish off the pier.
Yep.
And
they're good they're fat. Them Gulf redfish are fat. They had a hard time catching them. They're small enough, but I think last week 26 inches was the magic number for everybody. So
yes, and that's an excellent size right there. Freshwater, I mentioned freshwater already. The Apalachicola Bay area, I mentioned already. The oyster bars down there around Indian Pass and all back behind the island will be excellent red fishing. But it's going to be a great weekend for fishing.
Oh, absolutely wonderful. So I know there's another redfish tournament in town this weekend. It's a championship for the Central Florida boys, or somewhere down in that area, Jacksonville to Tampa. They fish their tournament series, then they do their championship. They announce it last minute, so they're all up here pre-fishing this week. So there's going to be another redfish tournament this weekend. So we saw little Go Fast wrapped sponsored boats around. That's what's going on.
All right, we got to wrap things up. Speaking of, have a great weekend. You do something good for somebody, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.